Welcome to part 98 of Persona 5 Royal. Last episode, that stupid cat compromised us to the point where we have no choice but to take Okamura's heart, even though he may or may not be a part of the mental shutdowns. He does have one thing that he is pretty much despicable for, that we gotta stop, and that is stopping him from selling his daughter off to some politician's son. But before we do that, we've got other things to worry about. Like, for instance, rank 1 of Tower. That's one of the preparations that I'm going to be going through in this part, and the reason why I'm doing this is for one reason and one reason only. One of the best skills in the goddamn game is underneath this Confidant rank. More importantly, if you're playing Persona 5 Vanilla, you might want to start this Confidant rank before going into the dungeon, because there are going to be enemies that are going to be weak to not only gun, but physical as well. So, therefore, this guy is going to help you tremendously. It would be in your best interest to start this Confidant rank, if not in 5 early. Definitely start this Confidant rank and roll before going into Okamura's palace. You are going to need it. It is going to make your life easier, and more importantly, it's going to make the battles much more bearable. Although Royal has game journalist difficulty, still, one thing that it does have is bullet hail. And oh god, bullet hail is the bee's knees. You will see later on, if not now, definitely in later parts, that bullet hail is definitely going to be a godsend, and more importantly, it'll help you out later on in the palaces, and also in mementos. More importantly, bullet hail is actually an almighty attack. I should mention that. So, yeah, that's why we're doing this. That's why we went through the trouble back in part 94 or 95 to going through mementos and purposely losing against that one guy. Because I think it was 93, yes, it was 93. But he was the start of this Confidant rank. But we're going to also have to go back and talk to Futaba, so that way she could actually hack Gunabout, which is literally a play on, if I'm not mistaken, Time Crisis or something like that. Or was it? No, it was actually Unreal Tournament. That's what that's a play on. Gunabout is literally a play on Unreal. Just minus the gore and guns. Well, just minus the gore, basically. But whatever the case, we're going to go back to Akibahara once we talk to Futaba, and then we're going to start rank 1 of Shinya's Confidant rank. Needless to say, while the links to getting this may seem a little bit annoying, there is one thing you don't have to worry about. A personality barrier, which is something I definitely did not put in his Confidant card later on. So let's go on ahead and talk to Shinya, and let's get this rank started and show him the hacking. Well, we just gotta contact Futaba first, and then we show him the hacking.
Any progress with the Phantom Thieves? Calling card? Huh? Ah, there's something written on it. Thanks for your support. Please help those in need. This is a promise to you from the Phantom Thieves. We're going to post a secret message just for you on the game's official website. Oh, is this for real? I mean, you can probably just buy one of these cards at the store. The official Gunabout website? Whoa! The mark of the Phantom Thieves! They hacked the site! Just like they did on Midget's site. Which means you were able to contact the real Phantom Thieves. No way! How'd you do it? Oh, that's so cool! So they want to remain anonymous. Wow, I can't believe they sent me a message. I wasn't expecting much from you, but you're actually pretty cool. I wish I was able to talk with them or something, though. But you fulfilled your part of the deal, so I'll teach you how to shoot. Once you stop them from moving, you gotta hit their weak point right away. You should be able to inflict a lot of damage to the cheater this way. Let's get started. Come on, you gotta aim. No, you're just stopping their movement by doing that. No, not like that. Are you taking this seriously? You gotta focus on your second shot.
The King's swearing up a storm today.
That's what happens when he teams up with another player. And why everyone also watches him from a distance.
All right, looks like you kinda got the hang of it. I think you'll be able to beat that cheater now. I have a bad habit of swearing when I get all worked up. Sorry. But I think you have a lot of potential. More than most people. If you want, I can teach you a few other moves too. I have the ultimate trump card. So tell me more about the Phantom Thieves.
According to the reports, it seems your skill at handling a gun is quite impressive. Either you taught yourself, or you had a capable coach by your side. Where did you learn how to handle a gun?
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the tower persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
And now we have Tower. Tower will get you downshot in rank 1. Well, it will do the same thing in P5. However, there is a huge difference in this game. When you get ranks in P5, you'll actually get the ability to reload outside of battle, whereas you can reload after every battle in this game without Shinya. But in Royal, something new has been added. Not only do you get bullet hells, but also gun ignores enemies' resistance once you reach rank 10. The only downside is it's a momentous mission to start it and to be at rank 8, and it doesn't appear in rainy days. Otherwise, this is a really good Confidant rank.
It's earlier than usual today. gotta go. See you later.
There are a few things on the card that I didn't put on there, and this was intentional. Like, almost every rank gives you a boost in kindness, which you are going to need for Futaba. But more importantly, the fact that downshot is another maneuver that you can use, which actually works against certain enemies, so long as they are A, not immune to the downshot, and B, they do not have a draining of bullets. And speaking of draining of bullets, that is as far as the Shinya special can go. It can pierce through regular damage and high defenses, and pierce through resistance to bullets, but that's as high as it goes. Drain and repel, you'll still end up getting damage so long as you yourself don't have drain and repel on you. And needless to say, you don't want to waste your time doing that, because after all, your bullets are scarce. And yeah, you get a higher ammo count in P5 with Shinya. The thing of the matter is, and also the chance to reload with Shinya. The thing of the matter is, before you even get to Shinya, your bullets and everything you have is scarce. And EY ends up upping your ammo count for Royal, which is something that you couldn't do in 5. But there is something we could do now, and that is Sojiro's rank 10. But first, let's check and see something right here. Oh, right! I should also mention, if I haven't already done so, that now Mishima is going to be in Akibahara. And we also have Hifume, but we don't have EY yet, because EY needs to be at rank 7, and Hifumi needs to be at rank 7 as well, so I could get their Mementos missions going. And unfortunately, I have to work on Oya, and I haven't done anything for Chihaya, both of which are at level 4. Mishima, however, is at 8. We've already done Mementos missions, so that means we can just go on to talk to Mishima whenever we want, 2 times, to rank him up, because that's all we need to do, and he's the only one left. But as for Sojiro, we can get Daisojo, whatever the persona's name is, out of the list of persona that I have, because we're finishing up Hierophant right now.
I always think about Wakaba on the anniversary of her death, but it's been a while since I visited. I've been so busy with the shop and all. No, that's not it. The guilt is what kept me from coming. I thought Wakaba would be angry with me. But now that I managed to get Futaba over here, I can finally meet her with my head held high. I sure kept her waiting. But it felt good to tell her about how much Futaba's improved lately. Oh, I told her about you, too. Idiot. I should be the one thanking you. This is the first time the 4 of us are all together.
Sojiro? What are you smirking for?
This is what my real smile looks like.
I approve.
Oh, I have some news. The family court gave me a call the other day. Futaba's uncle decided to retract his report. It's like he had one of those change of heart things I keep hearing about. Nah, that couldn't be. I wonder if the day will come that she goes out to be someone's bride. I'm sure she'll make a fine lady either way. After all, she is Wakaba's daughter. Do all fathers have to go through this anxiety? You know, I really just wanted to have you help out at the store, but you showed me so much more. You showed me I have a family I need to protect, not just Futaba, but you, too. I may not always be reliable, but feel free to come to me if anything happens. I'll be there for you, as family. And, I know, I'll teach you everything I can. You're a full-fledged man now. That might not be enough to return the favor, but it's all I can do.
am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of the Hierophant, granting thee infinite power.
And with that, we get Curry Mastery, which I have shown off throughout the entirety of this playthrough, so you know what it does. And now you have the ability to get it if you reach to rank 10. Also, Koryu can be fused at this point. It's a pretty good persona, I must say.
Oh, and, could you not, get with Futaba? I can't imagine you calling me father. Although, maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
What are you two talking about?
Nothing?
I hunger! Curry time!
Yeah. Let's go home.
With Sojiro now out of the way of the Knight Confidant ranks, I only have 2 ranks left for Mishima, definitely 4 with UI, 4 with Ifumi, both of which will have a Mementos rank, and I do believe 5 with Oya and 5 with Chiaya. No, actually no. Let me rephrase that. 6 with Chiaya and 6 with Oya. So, basically speaking, those are the only ones left. And Maruki's back as of now! So, we now have to go and deal with him before November. We only have 4 more ranks of him in the daytime. But we're going to have to get Makoto out of the way first and also make time to talk to Dr. Maruki. So, with that said, we're going to have to go to the library. That's going to be our best bet. I want to try to get Dr. Maruki done, but we're going to go to the library first and get Makoto done. Then we'll deal with Dr. Maruki right before the 18th. At least the deadline, most likely. Because he's not going to disappear again this time around. Because he did all the disappearing throughout the entirety of the summer and the first part of September. So now we can get rid of the priestess persona that we have as well. So let's get that rank 10 going.
So, I finally made up with Eiko. I think she knew it deep within her heart. And seeing him like that finally helped her realize. So am I. She should be out of trouble now. Oh, and she told me she quit her job. Right now she doesn't know what she wants to do, but she's going to go to college and figure things out. So in the end, Eiko's going to start seriously focusing on her studies again. I plan on doing the same as well. Yes. I thought there was no point in continuing my studies, but this time, I'm not seeking anyone's praise. And I'm not trying to show off my intelligence. I simply want to fulfill my own personal goals and dreams. Before now, I didn't have a clear vision of what that meant. I was lost in life. But thanks to you, I finally come to realize it. My dream is to become a police commissioner. That is why I need to study. Yes, the head of police operations. It will require me to have an extensive academic background. There are too many incidents in this country that are never brought to light. That host was one. Villains who prey on the hearts of the weak with cowardly, legally questionable methods. My father risked his life trying to catch a group of those people. I will never forgive them. But I won't be able to eradicate them all on my own. Instead, I want to head an organization that will destroy the lawless and help rescue victims. hope so. That is the justice I aim for. I also believe it will be a continuation of my father's legacy. Honestly, it's a little strange that I found the true meaning of my studies outside of my studies. I think now I'll be able to see the world even more differently. Thank you for all your help. Must have been difficult babysitting the uptight Miss President, right? Even so, I'm glad I asked you.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened the ultimate secret of the priestess, granting thee infinite power.
And with that, the priestess is completed. More importantly, now we have pretty much everybody who joined the Phantom Thieves up to date, except for Haru and Futaba. So we're good. I needed to max out Makoto specifically for this palace. Oh, and by the way, the Pope Mobile is about to transform too.
I can sense it. The power within me has grown. Now, it's been born anew.
No one in the comments section is going to tell me that this is not a Transformer. Dude, she literally has RC from Transformers Prime as her second awakening.
By the way, you can rely on me when you need it. I won't go easy on you if you hold back. Now then, in order to fulfill my dream, I'll need to be accepted into my first choice college. What a funny thought. Studying to become a head of police while working as a thief. But perhaps it's not as contradictory as it seems. The objective is the same. Exposing the evil lurking in the dark shadows. Oh, that's right. And thanks for helping me. I'll gladly assist you with your studies as well. You had best be ready.
And that's not all. Because she transformed, Anat, or I should say RC, now knows Evade Sai as a special skill. Do we really need Evade Sai? No. No, because here's the thing. I've put Evade before in my skill set, and it is pretty much as luck-based as bumping yourself up with Sukukaja. Actually, no, worse in the luck-based than Sukukaja. So with that said, let's go on ahead and... you know what? Let's go on ahead and go get some darts done. I know I need these confidant ranks raised, and I will get them raised. And I also will max out as many of them as I can before the initial deadline. I am, however, going to also max out the party members that I have with Baton Pass, which is Morgana and also Yusuke. Might as well max them out. Definitely Yusuke. He is going to be useful in the palace. And Morgana, well, I'm not going to use him at all in the palace. Probably going to use him in the next one, but not this one. So with that said, let's go on ahead and call Yusuke over. And hopefully RNG will allow me to rank up Morgana. If not, I have the entirety of the third semester, because I'm also going to have to do that with Futaba, as well as the two other last members of the party. So with that said, let's go on ahead and use my darts and go on ahead and get this dark game going. And once we get the dark game going, then, and only then, will we get ourselves at least everyone past rank 1 in Baton Pass. And the reason why I want to do that is because when they Baton Pass, they're going to heal. And if I want to get them to rank 3, I'm going to have to get Yusuke and Morgana at rank 3, because everybody else is at rank 3 except them. And Haru is not available until after we beat this palace anyway, which is all the more reason why I say, if you're going after the main boss, don't deal with Haru. Do not use Haru. In fact, go and try to get a psychic persona. I know there's going to be people who say, but Haru's got really good skills. Haru also cannot have her Baton Pass leveled up, because she just recently joined your team. So there you go. The higher the Baton Pass, the easier the boss later on is going to be. You know the one. This is my plan, and I'm going to stick with it. And okay, that's interesting. Literally 100 points. That's all he had. He did 100 points because I only have like 53 left. No, 98. Not even that. Let's just break this. And now for the 3. I could hit a triple 1, but it doesn't matter. We finished that real quick. I was hoping that Yusuke would end it, but it didn't happen that way. I should have went there and tried to get 180. That would have made things a lot easier. But for the most part, at least damage is up. And more importantly, I do have that one skill of his where the higher the Baton Pass, and when he used that skill, it's a physical attack, by the way. The higher the Baton Pass, the more powerful Yusuke's attack will become. And he always will, and let's put it like this, unless the enemy has a not a resistance, but rather a drain or repel to physicals, he always should be the last person you want to have a Baton Pass. Because if he gets the boost from the last multiplier, that skill, I'm trying to think of the name, it's either Tempest Slash or Heavy Slash. He gets a level 3, and speaking of which, I ended up getting 180 from that. Fantastic. God, I love Darts Pro. I really do. But if he gets literally 100, he gets literally the 4th Baton Pass, Yusuke can wreck people's shit. Unless the enemy has high resistance to physicals, and unless the enemy is, how shall I say, a enemy that and goddamn, wait a minute. I was actually paying attention to the game while trying to talk about what's going on with Yusuke, and she literally finished the game within 2 turns. I was hoping Yusuke would have done that, but no, that doesn't happen. Whatever. But as I was saying, as far as him facing off against enemies with high resistance to physicals, drain or repel, I mean, it would be a bad idea to do that. But when enemies don't have a weakness to physical, Yusuke would be the go-to guy to get the last Baton Pass, because his skills could actually chop away a good bit of health. And that is freaking phenomenal. So yeah. The screwed up thing about this is, I already lost about a couple of days, but that's okay. I'll still do the infiltration and, more importantly, get the battle going before we have the countdown initially started. But the thing is, I'm going to get the infiltration done first, and then, instead of wasting time, I'm not going to waste time, but what I'm going to do is wait 2 days, so I could at least get Yusuke and Morgana to rank 3 in Baton Pass, then I'm going to pursue Okumura. That'll make things easier on us. Meanwhile, everybody is talking about Okumura, but nobody is paying attention to class except for me. So now, I'm going to have to get the obviously easy answer, which the Czech Republic is in Central Europe. I mean, it's not that hard to miss. And the reason this question exists is because robots are involved. And robot actually is derived from Czech for the term slave labor. Also, speaking of robots, we're going to be dealing with those in Okumura's palace. So with that said, I think it's time, because all the preparation I made for this, all the hours that I've put in this, will all come to a head to see whether or not I'm able to get this palace done or get stumped. I'm not going to get stumped. The palace isn't as hard as people make it out to believe. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to go back to the attic, because guess what, folks? It has begun.
It has begun!
Oh, hey, Yusuke.
On. Perfect timing.
Huh? What do you mean?
I've been working on a way to incorporate beauty into our fights, instead of merely doing away with our enemies each time. And only a moment ago, I was struck with a bolt of inspiration.
Ah, is that right? So, what did you mean by perfect timing, then?
Ah, yes. So my potential idea is good and all, but I'll require your help to pull it off. Would you please lend me a hand?
Sure, but, nothing too weird, alright?
Have no fear.
Ooh, that totally sounds like something you'd come up with, Yusuke.
Of course, if you have no interest, you're in no way obligated to help.
No, it sounds awesome! Oh, but what if we tried doing this beforehand?
Oh, we should definitely incorporate that into the attack. I never would have come up with that part on my own.
Awesome! I can't wait!
Actually, I want to try it right now as well. I truly hope the star will grant us this.
And they even gave us a showtime. Now, my biggest gripe is Joker only has 2 showtimes with 2 characters that we aren't going to get until later on in the game. And their showtimes aren't until the end of the game. How come he doesn't have a showtime with everybody else? It would have been cool to see the showtime with Ryuji and Joker. Showtime with Makoto and Joker. It's more likely going to be a Fist of the North Sword thing. Or something a little bit different. Or how about Fox and Joker? Basically being like, I don't know, Hanonji Tower. Or even An and Joker, since canonically they are supposed to be boyfriend or girlfriend, or what's it supposed to be, Makoto? Whichever one comes first. Even Haru and Joker doesn't have one. Hell, Futaba doesn't have a showtime with any of them. I mean, I understand because she's not physically capable to, but it would be nice if everybody had a showtime with everybody, since they're there. And also, we would be given the option to choose. But it's RNG, and you can't really help that. And this is actually the Devil Survivor outfit. The one that, oh god damn it, Twitter. I don't care about Helldivers because I don't have a PS5. But as I was saying, that is the Devil Survivor DLC that got removed from the game. And Haru doesn't have this either, because Haru is not a playable character. So with that said, we're going to have to take the elevator down. And now the rooms that used to not have enemies will have enemies. This is a thing in Persona 5. So with that said, we got some new enemies here we have to show off. Oh wait, Bullet Hail. Oh yes, I get to show this off. But yeah, be careful of Arihabaki, I think. Yes, Arihabaki, we got to be careful of him because we do not want to strike this thing. Arihabaki will actually reflect strikes back. So bear that in mind. It will, however, enrage you, so be careful, because that persona will do that. Let's see, we have to go this way, because that door is blocked. I'm pretty sure there's another enemy up ahead. Yes, there is. My controller's acting up, but there's... Oh, what the hell? Okay, y'all saw that right. That wasn't my fault, but the enemy just did not even pay attention to me. And, oh, another bullet hail. Yeah, that's what's up. And the Carabia is actually weak to physicals. So with that said, no matter what physical you throw at the Carabia, it's going to be a critical hit. All the more reason why you don't want to use this persona. Unless you get something that absorbs physicals. Then you won't have that problem. Which means you would have to throw the Carabia into solitary confinement. And will that actually help its resistance? Probably. However, for now, it's just going to be a punching bag with weaknesses. Oh, and by the way, Arihabaki is actually weak to nuclear. So that's why Makoto is actually recommended. And that's why I took the trouble to actually get her a trickster. So yes, I am smart. You want to know what else? I'm also smart for getting Kasumi at rank 5, because that's the only reason why I'm able to do the things I do. And by the way, downshot definitely will actually help this situation here, but you only have one when you get to rank 2, if I'm not mistaken, and if not rank 3. But you also will get, bear in mind you'll get 3 shots by rank 8. However, something about this skill you need to understand. If you're playing this vanilla P5, it's going to use all of your ammo. And you can only have a certain amount of ammo at one time in the palace. You don't get the reload option until you get maybe rank 4 or 5 with Shinya. But in Royal, you no longer have to worry about your ammo being used because it's a separate ammo. And also, you no longer have to worry about reload. So yeah, Shinya has by far the best confidant rank in the game. Also, we're about to go into a boss battle and an awakening soon.
By the way, you seemed real fired up back when we first met. Was that an act Mona put you up to? You know, the beauty thingy?
That was, I was trying to be a heroine of justice.
Is that a joke?
You moron! Ever since I was young, people around me have never seen me for who I really am. They would be kind to me just to please my father, and would get money and presents in exchange. Adults, teachers, even friends. It seemed like everyone smiled at me for their own personal gain. That's why you kept the details of your family a secret at school. But the female superheroes I used to see on TV were so great. They always fought for others, not themselves, and they were always happy. I wanted to be just like that. Even though I knew it was a fantasy, I still looked up to them.
Everyone goes wild over heroes at some point. It's fine having someone like that on our side. Right, Joker?
What are you doing here?
Huh? This is insane on so many levels.
I thought I told you not to associate with vulgar people.
That bastard.
Him? Did he come into the palace too?
No. He might look the same, but that isn't the real person. Remember what I explained to you earlier?
You mean about the cognition thing?
What are you mumbling about?
Do you recall what I said before? That I would do my best for you. This is my answer to that.
Are those the rumored phantom thieves? I see. You're handing them over to me as a plea for forgiveness. Overcome failure at any cost, even if it means betraying others. You truly embody the Okumura motto. Very well, join me.
Why do you only ever think about gains and losses? That's why the company has a bad reputation. All because you treat people like they're tools!
To gain, you must give. One must be resolved to give even more if they wish to stand above others. We are on vastly different levels. And soon, I will rise to a new stage, the political world. The cold reality of kicking people down is a part of business. Virtue and sentiment are for losers. Okumura Foods shall be the foundation of my victory.
His company is just a stepping stone.
Mr. Okumura, we don't need a girl who's been soiled by thieves. Unless you make some compromises. I can't introduce her to my father.
She needn't be your lawful wife anymore. Take her as your lover or whatever it is you desire.
Very well. I accept.
Lover? I was raised under this company's wealth. I even accepted a political marriage for you. This is not what we discussed! Father, you want me to be that man's plaything just to satisfy your own ambitions?
Why fret? You should be overjoyed that you're fulfilling your role as an Okumura daughter. This is the only value you've had from the very beginning.
So, even his own daughter's life is a commodity to him.
Now, why don't you come to my place?
Let's have fun. I'll play with you until I get bored. A high school music, you what it's around.
So vulgar. No! Haru's persona won't stand a chance against that! Don't worry! She hadn't awakened to her real power, that's all!
How dare you?
I see you finally made up your mind, my dear fated princess. Freedom for you must stem from betrayal. If you still yearn for it now, then you must not err. Now tell me, who shall you betray?
My heart has been set. You should know.
Yes, that gaze! I can finally display my true strength! I am thou, thou art I! Let us adorn your departure into freedom with a beautiful betrayal!
Jeez!
Farewell, dear father! I am no longer your subservient puppet!
Then so be it. You're worthless. Deal with them how you wish.
You poor thing. I'll toy with you until you break.
I don't expect you to come to reason at all.
Uh-huh. You should have just told you this from the start, asshat!
We are the Phantom Thieves, here to take your bride!
steal from others need to be severely punished. Haru, be a good girl. Come, be my toy.
I have no intentions of talking to you. For the sake of changing my father's heart, I cannot lose!
So this is Haru's true power.
Haru. Alright, let's do this. Time to pummel that scummy jerk.
Holy shit, does she need all those goddamn guns? But yes, that is Haru's persona milady. She not only uses psychic, but she also uses gun attacks. And on top of the fact that she could actually get Heat Riser later on. No, I am not joking. Haru has not only Heat Riser, but eventually she'll have her own built-in Heat Riser. So why am I not talking about the battle? Real simple. You see those robots that I'm trying to get the weakness for? They're gonna constantly show up again. Haru's fiance is a one-time only thing, because this is a boss battle specifically made for Haru to demonstrate her strength. But the two robots are weak to fire, and I think they're also weak to wind too. So with that said, you will be seeing those robots again, and they are going to be a pain in the ass later on, because they are in that infamous boss battle. So, we just got finished taking care of Haru's shithead fiance, and honestly, the only thing you gotta worry about him is, well, you don't have to worry about him at all. And I just realized that Futaba's persona is named Necronomicron, as in the Cthulhu Mythos Necronomicron.
I did it! I did it, Mona-chan!
What were you saying about her persona being weak?
He disappeared! Is that okay?
Are you sure you taught her how things work in here?
I did. Or so I thought.
What's the point if she doesn't get it? Don't worry. Cognitive beings have no correlation to their real-world counterparts. You'll see when we get back. I guarantee he will be okay.
Then he's not dead?
That's right.
Dude, does this mean we got a new teammate? Good to have ya.
She already has a code name. You can call me Noir.
Noir?
It means black in French. I'd like to be a heroine of justice, but the Phantom Thieves are on the darker side of the law. I chose the name Noir to remind me of that. There you have it.
As long as she's into it.
She created quite an elaborate backstory.
Noir. I like it. It conveys a dignity that won't bow down to others, as well as a rebellious spirit towards society.
Thank you. Don't let your guard down, Noir. Our trip through the palace doesn't end until we steal the treasure after all. Yes, sir!
Someone's talking all big again.
Well, it seemed that Haru had already awakened her persona, so we can actually proceed through the palace. This is the first persona user that does this, by the way. In fact, Futaba's the first persona user that actually becomes a persona user in the actual end of the palace. So with all that said, we're going to have to equip Haru because, yeah, Haru will probably be used for this palace, but not for the main boss. Hell no. And I didn't even know I had a High Archangel Bra. I could have gave that to her. Considering the melons Haru have, I think they would probably support. But that's not the point. The point of the matter is, we are going to get this treasure chest first, and we are going to head down the elevator shaft, because that is where the actual palace began. At least we got started with Haru joining the team, so there is that. We still got a long ways to go.
Whoa, look at that! I can smell the treasure over in that direction. It's probably in that building.
That seems quite far off. It is difficult to ascertain the shortest route there as well.
We'll just have to keep going on whatever path we find for the time being. Let's go.
So on that note, all we need to do is go to the nearest safe room. and not get caught. It's bound to happen though, especially in the later part, but I might as well try to avoid getting caught as much as humanly possible, because after all, do you really want to have high security problems at Okumura's palace? For the most part, I actually will eventually get to demonstrate what Oya's ability actually does if you do manage to get spotted and you do get some security level raise. That'll probably be later on in the playthrough, like a couple of parts on the line, but still, we can actually go into this room and go to the safe room to call it a day, because guess what? This is only the tip of the iceberg. I'll see you all starting in part 99 when we continue Okumura's Palace proper. This is RVMan 985. Peace out and take care. And there are going to be people who are going to say how much this palace is hard. No, it is not.